Dear learners, I am Dr. Manurada Chaudhary, Assistant Professor at Center of Russian Studies, Jawaharlal Nehru University. Today I welcome you all to this course, Basics of Russian Communication Skills. The objective of this module is to make you understand the basics of Russian grammar. Today, in this module, first we will read the text in Russian and the text will be based on a particular theme. Today's theme is Delhi. Then I will translate the whole text in English once. Further, text will be analyzed from the point of view of grammar. At the end of the module, on the basis of text, some questions will be discussed. Here we will also focus on new verbs, their conjugation and usage in the text. In this text, we will also focus on the usage of adjectives in nominative and prepositional cases. Read the following text. Let me tell you, the text is taken from the Russian textbook Essential Russian, which is written by Professor Abhay Maurya. The text is Мой город. Delhi – это город, где я сейчас живу и работаю. Это большой и современный город, крупный и культурный центр. В Дели можно видеть и старый город, и новый. Поэтому разные части Дели называются Старый Дели и Новый Дели. В Старом Дели узкие улицы, на тротуарах маленькие базары. Там продают одежду, обувь, электронные товары, книги, игрушки и так далее. В Старом Дели интересные исторические памятники. Все знают Красный форт и Джама Масджид. В Старом Дели находится наш университет, то есть Делийский университет. Наш преподаватель часто рассказывает нам об истории Дели, когда его построили, как его построили и кто его построил. Новый Дели очень красивый. Тут широкие дороги и улицы. В центре известный базар Канаут Плейс и рядом подземный Палика базар. А недалеко находится интересный рынок на улице Джанпад. Тут всегда можно видеть иностранных туристов. Недалеко находятся индийский парламент и президентский дворец. Тут же Раджпат и Индия-гейт, ворота Индии. В Новом Дели на улице Фирозшах-роуд находится памятник великому русскому поэту Александру Сергеевичу Пушкину. Недалеко Верховный суд, а напротив национальная выставка Прагати Майдан. Рядом национальный зоопарк. Здесь можно видеть разных животных и птиц, львов, тигров, леопардов, слонов, обезьян, попугаев и так далее. В Новом Дели находится университет имени Неру, Индийский технологический институт и Всеиндийский медицинский институт. В Новом Дели находятся интересные исторические памятники, например, Кутуб-Минар, гробница Хумаюна и так далее. В Дели большие парки и сады, например, Лоди Гарден, парк имени Неру и заповедный хаус Хас. А весной в парках цветут красивые цветы, красные розы, белые лилии, желтые тюльпаны, красные гвоздики. Это настоящий оазисы в этом большом современном каменном городе. Здесь приятно гулять и отдыхать. Now I am going to translate this text in English. Delhi is the city where I live and work now. It is a large and modern city, a major cultural center. In Delhi, one can see the old city as well as the new city. Therefore, different parts of Delhi are called Old Delhi and New Delhi. There are narrow streets in Old Delhi. On the pavements, there are small bazaars, clothes, shoes, electronic goods, books, toys, etc. are sold there. In Old Delhi, interesting historical monuments are situated. Everyone knows Red Fort and Jama Masjid. Our university, that is Delhi University, is situated in Old Delhi. Our teacher often tells us about the history of Delhi, when it was built, how it was built, and who built it. New Delhi is very beautiful. There are wide roads and streets. In the center of New Delhi, famous market Connaught Place is located. And near to this, there is an underground market, Palika Bazaar. And nearby, there is an interesting market on Janpat Street. Here, one can always see foreign tourists. Not very far from Janpat, the Indian Parliament and the President House are situated. There is a Rajpath and India Gate also. In New Delhi, on Firozshah Road, a monument to the great Russian poet Alexander Sergeyevich Pushkin is located. Not far from this, there is a Supreme Court. And opposite to that, the National Exhibition of Pragati Maidan is situated. And near to it, there is a National Zoo. Here one can see different animals and birds. For example, lions, tigers, leopards, elephants, monkeys and parrots. Jawaharlal Nehru University, the Indian Institute of Technology and All India Institute of Medical Science are located in New Delhi. In New Delhi, there are interesting historical monuments. For example, Qutub Minar, Humayun Tomb, etc. There are big parks and gardens in Delhi. For example, Lodi Garden, Nehru Park and Hoj Khas Nature Reserve. And in spring, beautiful flowers like red roses, white lilies, yellow tulips, red carnations bloom in the parks. There are real oases in this large modern city of concrete. It is nice to walk and relax here. Dear learners, in this text we have lot of new adjectives related to day-to-day life. Let's know their meaning in English. For example, Savrimenny. Savrimenny means modern. Kulturny, cultural. Krupny, huge, or you can say vast. Uzki. Uzki means narrow. Uzkaya ulitsa, you have seen in the text. Uzkiye ulitsi. Elektronni. Elektronni, electronic. Elektronnie, например, elektronnie tavari, electronic goods. Podzemny means underground. Another adjective is inostranny. It means foreigner. Prezidensky, presidential. Technologicheski, technological. Vseinjisky, all India. Medicinsky, medical. Nastayashi, present, or you can say real. Kamenny, this is from the word kamen. Kamen means stone. Kamenny here is used as adjective. And you should remember stone, but it will used as adjective in English. Dear learner, please pay attention. Now we will discuss different nouns related to this text. The first noun is centre, which means center. And we can combine this noun with different adjectives and different nouns to make word combination. For example, in Russian, Kulturny centre, cultural center. Centre Garada, center of the city. Next word is trottoir. Trottoir means pavement. Na trottoire, you must have seen in the text. Na Tratuara, it was used in plural form with prepositional case. That means na tratuare, on the pavement. Bazaar. Bazaar means bazaar. Bazaar can be used as synonyms for the word rinak. Bolshoi Bazaar means a big bazaar. It is a word combination. Bolshoi Bazaar. Obuv. Obuv значит shoes, or you can say footwear. And it is used as singular collective noun in Russian, but in English we use plural forms. Plural form, shoes. Similarly, for another word, tavar, which means goods. Tavar in Russian we use singular, but in English we use goods. It is a plural form. Igrushka. Igrushka is a feminine gender noun in Russian, and that means toy. Rinak. Rinak means market. I hope you will remember that I told you earlier that rinak can be used as synonym of the word bazaar. Parliament. Parliament means parliament. And you can have one example like Injiski Parliament, which means Indian Parliament. Next word is dvorets. That means palace. An example of word combination would be Bolshoi Dvorets, a big palace. Varota. Varota means gate. Varota Inji, India gate. Suj. Suj means coat. And you have seen Verkhovny Suj in the text. Verkhovny Suj, Supreme Court. Leopard. Leopard значит leopard. Grobnitsa. Grobnitsa, tomb. Zapovednik. Zapovednik means reserve, you can say sanctuary or zoo. We have used some flowers also in this text. For example, lilia, that means lily. Lily is a flower. Tulpan, tulip. Gwozdika means carnation. It is a type of flower. Oasis means oasis. Oasis is a place in desert where there is a water and one can grow plants. Now we will conjugate new verbs of this text. The first verb is nazivatsya, and the perfective aspect of this verb is nazvatsya. Verb nazivatsya means to be known as or to be called, and it is conjugated like the verb zanimatsya. Conjugation in present, nazivatsya is perfective aspect of the verb, and this verb is used to name inanimate beings. That is why the verb is used with third person singular and third person plural. For example, we can make sentences like Nash chekst nazivается mой город, and we can conjugate only in third person. On ana nazivается, and in English it will be translated as it is known as. Ani nazivаются, plural form, they are known as. Ani is, as you know, third person plural. Dear learners, please remember that verbs in present form are conjugated or changes for person and number. However, in the past tense, verbs do not change for person, they change for number and gender only. Conjugation of the verb nazivatsya in past is on nazivalsya. As you know, on will be translated as it in English, and on nazivalsya it was known as. Ana nazivalsya, for feminine gender we will use it was known as. Anu nazivalas for neuter gender, and it will be translated in English as it was known as. Ani nazivalas, this is a plural form, and it will be translated as they were known as. Similar is the case of verb nazvatsya, which is a perfective aspect of the verb nazivatsya, and its conjugation in present form indicates future tense, because perfective verbs are used only in future and past tense. And you know that when we conjugate perfective verb in present, they indicate future. So on ana anu nazavyotsa, and it will be translated as, it will be known as. Ani nazavutsya, they will be known as. Similar will be the case in past form. On nazvalsya, masculine gender, it was called or known. Ana nazvalas, it was called. Ana ano nazvalas, for neuter gender, it was called. Ani nazvalas, plural, they were called. Another verb which is used in this text is pradavach, and its perfective aspect is pradach. Pradavach or pradach means to sell, and it answers to the questions kamu I shto. Pradavach conjugate like verb davach, and pradach conjugates like dach. First we will conjugate the verb pradavach, and then we will conjugate pradach. Pradach ya pradayu, ti pradayosh. Ya pradayu means I sell. Ti pradayosh, you sell. On ana ano pradayot, he, she or it sells. Mi pradayom, we sell. Vi pradayoche, you sell. Ani pradayut, they sell. And conjugation in past is yati on pradaval for masculine gender, he sold. Yati ana pradavala for feminine gender, she sold. You can use like ya pradavala, iliti pradavala, ana pradavala, all in feminine gender, and they will mean she sold or I sold, you sold, depending on the person. Mi vi ani pradavali, we will use in plural. They sold. Mi pradavali means we sold, and vi pradavali, you sold. Pradach, perfective form of the pradavach, and it will be conjugated like dach. Ya pradam, I will sell. Ti pradayosh, you will sell. On ana ano pradast, she or he will sell. Mi pradajim, we will sell. Vi pradadiche, you will sell. Ani pradadut, they will sell. And conjugation in past, yati on pradal for masculine gender means I, you or he sold. Yati ana pradala in feminine gender, I, you or she sold. Mi vi ani pradali in plural form, me, we sold, we, you sold, ani, they sold. So similarly we can make our sentences with the verb pradach and pradavach. Next verb is stroich, and the perfective aspect is pastroich. It means to build, and it answers to the question shto. Conjugation of the verb pastroich will be same as stroich. You have to add prefix in front of the verb stroich to make perfective aspect pastroich. So now I am conjugating the verb stroich. Ya stroyu, in English it will be translated as I build. Ti stroish, you build. On ana anupstroit, he or she builds, depending on the personal pronoun. Mi stroim, we build. Vi stroice, you build. Ani stroit, they build. And the conjugation in past is ya ti on stroil for masculine gender, I, you or he built. And in feminine gender, ya ti ana stroila, feminine gender, I, you or she built. Mi vi ani stroili, in plural we will use mi vi built, we stroili, you built, ani stroili, they built. Next verb is swisti. Swisti means to blossom or to bloom. Dear learners, please remember the swisti does not have perfective aspect. So I am conjugating only imperfective aspect of this verb. Ya switu, I am blooming. Ti tsitosh, you are blooming. On ana ano tsitot, he she is blooming. Mi tsitom, we are blooming. Vi tsityoche, you are blooming. Ani tsitut, they are blooming. In past, we will conjugate the verb svisti ya ti on tsyol for masculine gender. That means he bloomed for on tsyol, ya tsyol, I bloomed, ti tsyol, you bloomed. And in feminine gender, yati ana tswila. Please pay attention on the stress. For masculine gender, yati on tsyol. For feminine gender, yati ana tswila. Stress is on the last vowel, a, tswila. So it will be translated as I bloomed, you bloomed, or she bloomed for feminine gender. And the me, we, ani, tswili. Again, stress is on the last vowel, e. For plural, we will use me, we bloomed, we tswili, you bloomed, ani tswili, they bloomed. Dear learners, now once again I will translate the text and will analyze it from the point of view of grammar. Deli etagorad gijeya sicha jivu I rabotayo. In this sentence, you will see verbs jij and rabotach. These verbs you know because we have already discussed in previous modules. Jij means to live and rabotach means to work. So we will translate this sentence like Deli eta gorad gijeya sicha jivu I rabotayo. Это большой и современный город, крупный культурный центр. Please remember, here in this sentence, in the first sentence, Delhi это город, где я сейчас живу и работаю. Here, где is used as conjunction of two simple sentences. Conjunction to combine two simple sentences. Большой, it's an adjective. It is in masculine form and used in nominative case. Similarly, savremenny, it is also an adjective. We have already discussed the meaning of savremenny. Savremenny gorad, krupny, kulturny, all these adjectives are used in nominative case. And their translation is, Delhi is the city where I live and work now. It is a large and modern city, a major cultural center. Next sentence is, в Delhi можно видеть и старый город, и новый. Means in Delhi one can see, можно, one can see, видеть, to see. И старый город means old part, old city, и новый and new part or New Delhi. So this will be translated as in Delhi one can see the old Delhi as well as the New Delhi. Поэтому разные части Delhi называются Старый Delhi и Новый Delhi. So therefore, different parts of Delhi are called Old Delhi and New Delhi. Once again, I am reminding you, можно will be used with the infinitive verb always. So it will be translated as one can. Можно видеть, можно заниматься. You frequently use можно войти when you enter into the class. So, можно читать. So please remember, with the word можно, we will always use infinitive form of the verb. В старом Delhi узкие улицы. Узкие, narrow. And the infinitive form is узкий. Узкая, we use in feminine gender. Узкая for neuter gender. Узкие in plural nominative form. В старом Delhi узкие улицы. There are narrow streets in old Delhi. Dear learner, please also remember that when we translate, sometimes we have to add some words from our side to make it more clear. So in this sentence, I have added there are from my side. So Staram Delhi, uski ulitsi will be translated as there are narrow streets in old Delhi. Na tratuarah malenkiye bazari. You can see that tratuar here is used in prepositional case and in plural form. Na tratuare will be singular prepositional form and na tratuarah prepositional plural. Malenkiye bazari. Again we are using plural form here. Malenki bazar singular means small market, or malenkiye bazari small markets. So we will translate this sentence. On the pavements there are small bazaars, or you can say markets. Tam pradayut adeshdu obov elektronnie tawari knigi igrushtki I tak dale. In this sentence, pradayut, pradach, shto. So, adeshda, it is a feminine gender noun. Here we are using in accusative inanimate. Pradayut, adeshdu, obuv, elektronnie, tavari, plural form, knigi, again plural, igrushki, again plural. So, here we are using accusative case with the verb pradaj, pradaj, shto, pradaj, shto. So, it will be translated as clothes, shoes, electronic goods, books, toys, etc. are sold here. Staram Delhi, интереснее, исторические памятники. Staram Delhi, this combination we are using in singular prepositional case. Delhi, because we know that Delhi is masculine gender noun. So stari, adjective stari is also taking masculine gender form in prepositional case. Staram Delhi in old Delhi, интереснее, исторические памятники. In old Delhi, interesting historical monuments are situated. Все знают Krasny Fort и Jama Masjid. We all know, or you can say everyone knows, Red Fort and Jama Masjid. В Старом Delhi находится наш университет, то есть Делийский университет. We have already discussed the verb nakhajitsya earlier in previous module. So I hope you will remember. So nakhajitsya also conjugate in third person, singular and plural. So Staram Delhi in old Delhi, nakhajitsya, nash universitet, our university, that is Delhi University. Or you can say our university, that is Delhi University, is situated in old Delhi. Наш преподаватель часто рассказывает нам об истории Дели, когда его построили, как его строили и кто его построил. So, о чем рассказывать verb is to tell or to narrate sometime, and it takes question о чем. Prepositional case, as you know, о чем, о ком, and рассказывать кому, нам. Что рассказывать о чем? Об истории. История – history. So, наш преподаватель часто рассказывает нам об истории Дели, of Delhi. Когда его построили, как его строили и кто его построил. Here, его is replacing Delhi. So, because Delhi, as you know, masculine gender noun. So, когда Delhi построили, when it was built, как его строили, how it was built, and кто его построил, who built Delhi. Our teacher often tells us about the history of Delhi, when it was built, how it was built and who built it. New Delhi is very beautiful. Novi Delhi очень красивый. Тут широкие дороги и улицы. Центр известный базар Connaught Place. Again, Novi Delhi очень красивый. It is in красивый here is used in masculine gender adjective. Тут широкие дороги. Широкий means broad. Широкие here we are using in plural form. широкие дороги и улицы. В центре известный базар Connaught Place. There are wide roads and streets. In the center of New Delhi, famous market Connaught Place is located. Ryadam Podzemny Palika Bazaar. And near to this, there is underground market. Podzemny means underground. A nedaliko nachoditsia интересный рынок на улице Janpat. Please pay attention. A nedaliko nachoditsia интересный рынок на улице Janpat means and nearby there is an interesting market on Janpat street. Тут всегда можно видеть иностранных туристов. Here one can always see foreign tourists. Недалеко находится индийский парламент и президентский дворец. Тут же Rajpath и India Gate или ворота Индии. So not very far from Janpat. Недалеко, again недалеко means not very far. Находится situated индийский парламент. Parliament is a masculine gender noun, so индийский is also taking masculine form in adjective. индийский парламент и президентский дворец. Дворец again is a masculine gender noun, so президентский is also combining in masculine form. Тут же Rajpath и India Gate. So translation will be not very far from Janpat. The Indian Parliament and the President House are situated. There is also Rajpath and India Gate. В Новом Дели на улице Фироз Шах Роад находится памятник великому русскому поэту Alexandru Sergeyevich Pushkinu. Please pay attention. Word pametnik always takes dative case. That is why here in this sentence, that is why Pushkinu, pametnik kamu, Pushkinu is used, and adjective also takes the endings in dative case singular. In New Delhi, on Firoz Shah Road or Firoz Shah Street, you can say, a monument to the great Russian poet Alexander Sergeyevich Pushkin is located. Недалеко Верховный суд, а напротив Национальная выставка Pragati Maidan. So not far from this, there is Supreme Court, and naprotiv means on the opposite. Naprotiv etava. It is not written in the sentence, but we have to translate it while when we see the construction. Naprotiv, always take genitive case, naprotiv chivo, but here naprotiv etava means Verkhovnava Sudya Nacionalnaya Vystavka Pragati Maidan. So opposite to this, the national exhibition of Pragati Maidan is situated, and near to it there is a national zoo, Ryadam Nacionalny Zoo Park. There is a national zoo near to it. Здесь можно видеть разных животных и птиц. So here видеть is taking animate form. Видеть is used with animate nouns in accusative case. Лев, as you know, lion, tigre, tiger, leopard, sloan, elephant. So all these nouns are used in plural form here in accusative animate nouns. Vidit kavo, that is why accusative case is used to denote object of the sentences, which is животник. Животный, animal, and животный is noun. Разных животных is used in accusative plural. So here one can see different animals and birds, lions, tigers, leopards, elephant, monkeys and parrots. В Новом Дели находится университет имени Неру, Индийский технологический институт и Всеиндийский медицинский институт. In New Delhi, Jawaharlal Nehru University, the Indian Institute of Technology and All India Institute of Medical Science are located. Just see the construction, Universitet Imeni Nehru. Whenever we have to translate Jawaharlal Nehru University or Nehru Park or any other noun of this kind, when it takes name of some great person. So, Universitet ili Park Imeni. So, we have to use this kind of construction as we have used in this text, Universitet Imeni Nehru. В Новом Дели находится интересные исторические памятники, например, Кутуб-Минар, гробница Хумауна и так далее. In New Delhi, в Новом Дели, prepositional singular, there are interesting historical monuments. Интересные исторические памятник. All adjectives are given in nominative plural. Pamitnik means monument singular. Pamitniki plural form. So, in New Delhi, there are interesting historical monuments. Naprimir, for example, Qutub Minar, Humayun tomb. В Delhi, большие парки и сады. Например, Lodi Garden, Park Imeni, Nehru и заповедный Hauskas. So, there are big parks, большие парки, big park, и сады, and gardens in Delhi. For example, Lodi Garden, Nehru Park, and Hauskas Nature Reserve. Park Imeni Nehru. I just told you about the construction. Park Imeni Nehru means will be translated as Nehru Park. A Visnoi в парках цветут красивые цветы, красные розы, белые лилии, желтые тюльпаны, красные гвоздики. Vesna, when we use with the Kagda, it will answer Visnoi. Zima, as with other seasons also, Zima, Zimoi, Leta, Letam. And in spring, beautiful flowers like red roses, white lilies, yellow tulips, red carnations bloom in the park. Это настоящие оазисы в этом большом современном каменном городе. Настоящий means present or real. Here we will use real. These are real oases in this large modern city of concrete. Каменном городе, камен is stone. From there, this adjective has been derived. Каменном городе, city of concrete. Здесь приятно гулять и отдыхать. It is nice to walk and relax here. So now, based on the text, we will discuss some questions just to check whether you understood text or not. Какие улицы и базары находятся в Delhi? Translation will be, which streets and markets are situated in Delhi? Palika Bazaar, Connaught Place, Janpad и так далее находятся в Delhi. Palika Bazaar, Connaught Place, Street, Janpad, etc. are located in Delhi. Next question is, что продают на этих базарах? What is sold in these markets? Там продают одежду, обувь, электронные товары, книги, игрушки и так далее. Clothes, shoes, electronic goods, books, toys, etc. are sold here. Next question is, где находится Делийский университет? Where is University of Delhi is located? В старом Деле находится Делийский университет или Делийский университет находится в старом Delhi. Delhi University is situated in Old Delhi. Какие памятники есть в Новом Дели? Which monuments are situated in New Delhi? В Новом Дели находятся интересные исторические памятники, например, Кутуб-Минар, гробница Хумаюна и так далее. In New Delhi, there are interesting historical monuments, for example, Kutub-Minar, Humayun tomb, etc. Какие цветы цветут в парках в Delhi? Which flowers bloom in the parks of Delhi? Красные розы, белые лилии, желтые тюльпаны, красные гвоздики. Цветут в Delhi. Red roses, white lilies, yellow tulips, and red carnation blooms in the parks. Когда в парках цветут красивые цветы? When flowers bloom in the parks. Весной в парках цветут красивые цветы. In spring, flowers bloom in the parks. So today in this module, we have covered the vocabulary related to the theme Delhi. We have also covered different new adjectives, nouns and their usages in singular as well as plural. Constructions like universicit imini, ili pamitne kamu. Verbal aspects, conjugation of verbs in present and past tense, etc. I hope concepts covered in the module are clear to you. Dear learner, by answering various questions of the verbs, you can make your own longer sentences. The purpose here is not only of translation or getting acquainted with the vocabulary of the text, but by analyzing the text, the purpose is that you should be able to make your own sentences based on these construction and use them in your own conversation. So kindly revise the text and practice by making your sentences at home. Thank you.